Relationships Are Us. Your host, relationship guru, aka Big Goo, and D Love Jones are here to create a positive and encouraging environment with the science of happiness and understanding with tangible conversations with an emphasis on long-lasting relationships. It's Relationships Are Us. Be sure to like and subscribe to Relationships Are Us.
All right, what's up? We are back. Relationships Are Us for the 2021 to the 2022. Yes, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you guys brought your New Year in strong. But we're back. What's up, Big Goo?
What's going on, man? Listen, Happy New Year, straight up. Happy New Year. Because, I haven't got a chance to really sit down, talk with you. We hadn't got a chance to really vibe how we vibe this year. So, but nevertheless, Happy New Year. And, many blessings, and hope you have the greatest year you ever had in your life.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I wish the same for you too. This year was interesting. Bringing in the new year this year was very, very interesting. I'm not like a big party person. I don't like to go to like events and stuff for the new year. I like to be with my people and just keep it super low key. Even if I'm kicking it, I like it to be with like friends and family. But this year was different. I felt like I needed some time to think and clear my head, because I really could feel some possibilities brewing. I was all in my feelings, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little trip and take a few days and just be to myself to start the new year. And it really helped me to process some things. And so I thought this was something we could talk about today, because the one thing I did when I was going through this whole process of just kind of clearing my mind and then opening myself to just hear God and just be led by the Spirit. And I wanted to just bring my new year in strong. The one thing that I kept thinking was about my relationships in all regards. I've developed friendships, relationships, I date, so I might have people lingering around and all of these things. And I just felt like a lot of times I find that I will be engaging with somebody, and especially if it's somebody like that, when you dating multiple people, kind of all of this stuff, you be finding that people be lingering and don't know progress be being made. And so, I was thinking about relationships and thinking about all of this, and I was thinking, anybody that I deal with, I just really need to be on the same wavelength as them, because this year I'm just all about elevating my mindset, elevating the things that I'm attracting and my thoughts and things like that. And so I was evaluating my relationships to say, look, anybody in my life, I want them to be vibrating at a high frequency, because I want us to match energies in that way. And I don't want to keep coming down to where somebody else is. So that's something that I really felt strongly about. And I thought we could discuss, because I'm oftentimes this is where we are. We are exchanging energy with people, but sometimes you end up with the person that ain't really giving you the same energy that you're giving them.
Well, first off, I want to come in and say, going back to the new year, because I listened to you start out with your new year thing and whatnot. And before we get to matching the energy with me, it go back to the new year thing, because the new year is a funny time of the year for a lot of people. New year is very funny. It's very elusive time of the year. A lot of people start gym memberships at the first of the year. Then by March, you see how elusive it is. So, and so all these goals people have different relationships goal and different things. And they say, oh, the new year. They talking about new year, new me. This is the oldest version of you that you done saw at this point. It ain't no new you. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You ain't never been this old this year. So this,
it's actually the old you.
It's actually the old you. You know what I'm saying? They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So So I get it though. I get the ambition. I do. I get the power of thinking. I get it. I get it.
Wait,
So,
first of
however,
all, you're not about to try to backtrack out of me in this space that I'm in. You calling yourself a guru. I'm a guru right now on this.
huh? You're a guru on what? Like
On
New Year's?
on a mindset guru.
Mindset guru. Okay then. Okay then. So listen. So this
Don't act
is
like this is just a phase, okay?
no. I ain't saying it was just a phase for you, but I'm just saying. Like at the beginning of the year, we do get a lot of great talk.
True story. True story.
We get a lot of great ambition. We get a lot of wonderful wishes. So I ain't really tripping. But to go on to your second point is matching vibes. You know what I mean? So and at the new year, when you're coming in and you're not surrounding yourself around people who have similar dreams, similar goals, or similar ambition, like it's gonna be hard for you to stay on track with what you want to do. So people don't put themselves in situations that's gonna cause them to be accountable. So when you say match, levels, vibration, or whatever that we calling it today, I want to start right there with it. Like if you're not in the right circle, you're not on the right team, if you're not with the right person, it can stunt your growth.
Okay, so I think we got that. I think everybody will say, yes, that's a fact. You got to be, but people got to be real. A lot of us, think about a relationship where you knew you should have let it go. Like those relationships, half of them was low vibrational from the start. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we are still drawn to those low vibrational relationships and the drama that ensues in them, and all of that is low vibration. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I am a spiritual guru, and I'm ushering myself into a new lifestyle. But okay. I too have been guilty of that.
Right. No, I don't want to say you're guilty of that. I want to throw a new concept at you. Can I throw a new concept at you?
Here we go. Yes.
No, I'm just saying, like, hey, listen. So they say, hey, why are we drawn to people that are not good to us? So, or things that are not good to us. They say, why are you drawing to that? Why do you go this direction? That particular thing or that particular person is fulfilling a need. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say, okay, we know McDonald's giving us counsel, but we keep going to McDonald's.
But them hot nuggets.
But it fulfill a need though. It fulfill a need. So at the time, it fulfills a need. It ain't the fact that you keep going back to something what you don't know good for you, but whatever you're going to get, it fulfills a need. So that's why.
Right. But I think so for me, I'm always in self-evaluation mode, right? Like I'm always looking at myself and trying to understand if I'm in a situation or dealing with somebody that I don't feel like is good for me, then I'm always like, well, what is it in me that attracts me to this person, even though they're not checking none of these boxes? A lot of us women, especially, we got our list.
I want to challenge you right now. So you going back saying, what is it in me that's attracted me to this person? I'm saying that it wasn't nothing in you. It was a need that was being fulfilled. So go back and ask yourself right now, what was the need that was being fulfilled? No matter if it was, you feel like at this point it was a waste of time, it wasn't worth your energy. You know what I'm saying? All the other boxes that got checked that weren't supposed to be checked. He didn't check all the don't supposed to be check boxes. But you still have to be honest with yourself and say, okay, well, what need was he fulfilling? Because he was fulfilling a need. So regardless of what.
I understand, I absolutely understand what you're saying, but sometimes you get stuck for a long time with your in the meantime person.
People eat McDonald's a long time.
Huh?
People eat McDonald's a long time.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't even look at it as necessarily like, oh, there was just something that I was yearning for that this person was giving me. Sometimes you have that love in your, space of relationships and things like that, and you try to have an in the meantime person, a person that ain't gonna last for a while, but you would chill, it's whatever, and then that in the meantime becomes a long time. It's not necessarily just that deep. I feel like I think sometimes we just get in entanglements.
So you got trapped in your own.
Well, first of all, don't say it directly like you telling my story, because that ain't what I said.
No, well, I'm just trying to figure out what it was. Like, I'm just trying to figure out. You say, hey, look, this was just in my mean. So that person back then know it was in the meantime. He probably thought it was all time.
Yeah, sometimes people be like, they know their time is limited.
You just know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you just suppose they know, but they might have, but they might have different ambitions, different dreams, different goals that you don't have for yourself. So they like, you know what? Right. I know she probably see me. He probably like, you know what? I know she probably see me like this right now, but in a little while, so you saying in the meantime, he was saying in a little while, she ain't gonna have no choice but to, fall for Big Daddy in the way Big Daddy.
See, first of all, like you talking about the stuff that happened in my 20s, dudes that was trying to get you pregnant because they don't have nothing else to offer. That's their mindset. I don't need nobody to be
nobody be trying to get nobody pregnant.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't nobody be trying to get nobody pregnant.
I'm sorry, who? You must ain't met these dudes.
No, I haven't.
Listen, you must ain't met these dudes right now. At this moment, what time is it? It's dudes right now at this moment that's trying to get somebody pregnant so they can make her stay.
Make her stay?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? When she had that baby, he gonna go from wanting her to stay to trying to get rid of her. I bet you that.
Nah, it depends on what his situation is. That don't mean he gonna change and do right.
But he might not want to do right. He just gonna be this. Hey.
He want her to be stuck with him.
Hey, that's you know what? That's why would you assume that? And that's what I would do.
I'm telling you, that stuff be happening.
Yeah, it probably do. You know what I'm saying? But these women be trying to put these babies on these men.
No, it does happen. It does happen. Absolutely. You sure right.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? They try to hold on to you. When I say hold on to you, I mean literally hold on to you.
Listen, I know one of my friends back in the day, mother or grandmother was like, the easiest way to lose a man is to have a baby bomb. I was like, that's such
I would agree with that statement. It's a terrible truth, but I would agree with that.
Terrible truth. It's a terrible truth. And I mean, it's listen, we getting sidetracked. First of all, I was really trying to elevate to a higher level and really bring y'all into my new self for the new year. And Big Goo got me being petty. I don't want to be petty.
Right. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be petty. I'm trying to let y'all know that we on some new stuff this year. We're vibrating higher. We are eating our veggies. We are drinking our water. We on the vibrations. Yes. So listen, Big Goo. Will it work? Will it work? If you on some other stuff, you meditating.
Nah.
You going for long walks, you planning out your year, and the person that you with, they ain't even planning out their day. They day to day. They not taking care of their body. They not eating right because that's not what's important to them. Is it gonna work?
I don't know if it's gonna work. That's I think that's a make-believe question.
Is it really a make-believe? Let's explore it. There's no right or wrong thing. Like, let's explore it. That's what I want to explore it. Like, because sometimes one person is growing and the other person wants to stay the same. I know you've seen that before.
Yeah.
I know you've seen it before. You've seen it like back in the day. I remember it would be women who went to church every Sunday, was getting their word, and their man was at home watching football and drinking.
Right. I remember this dude in school, in high school. He couldn't read in high school, but now he's a lawyer. He read better than me. So, like, I done seen a lot. I done seen people not be on the same page, but that doesn't mean that person ain't gonna, grow one day, or catch on or such and such, you know what I mean? So, but I come from a thing called long suffering. A lot of people, they don't have the data. They not in, they not in mental condition to long suffer with somebody.
Listen, first of all, please don't even bring that word. When I tell you, even growing up, when they would talk about long suffering, I'd be like, I just don't think that's for me. I don't think that that's what God has for me is long suffering. Like, I just don't think I'm with it. But real talk. So you telling me, like, you gonna be an optimist on this. You're gonna say, well, you never know.
Hey, you're right. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, but like, we don't all need to live our lives on some you never know. Like, some people are going to be miserable because somebody might change.
Not that they might. And so, first of all, let's take the if out of it or might out of it. Let's take all that part out of it. Let's just say, because when you're dealing with people and you're in a relationship, you're dealing with adults at the time. You hope you're dealing with adults. Now, you be dealing with some people that grown and got a child mindset. So, when you're grown, you know that the spectrum between having a child mindset and being mature and being, what you're supposed to be is not the same as being an actual adult. So there's a lot of people out here, they just grown. They not adults. Mm-hmm. So let's take the if out of it and just say if. So now the person has to be trying to work. You don't want to just go through things and be going through them and just going through them and through them. And you know what I mean? Because this person hadn't realized or wasn't adult enough to say, I need to get some help. Like, I got to work on my half. I can't worry about the other half, but I got to do my part on my half. Like, that's just like saying, I'm sorry, but. But anytime you put a but behind it, that means, it ain't you ain't sincere. You're not willing to just stand and just take accountability for your particular actions. And that's why no matter what made you do them, no matter if you were mad, you were set off, you were heartbroken, but you still made a decision to do whatever you did or say whatever you say. The same way you go to court. If you murdered somebody, you say it was self-defense and whatnot. And then you get to talking to the judge, and then the judge say, well, what happened? And you say, hey, well, we got into an argument. So the judge said, oh, you got into an argument. That means at that time you had an opportunity to leave. So you made a decision. And I get it, and I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And I got compassion for what you're saying, but the fact that you made a decision, no matter why you did it, you still got to pay for it. So when people can't hold their own and be accountable for what they did, that let me know that they ain't trying to work it. Now, if they say, hey, you know what? I did this. I'm so sorry that I did these particular things and don't have nothing to say about what I did. And then if I can do the same thing and say, you know what, I'm totally sorry and forgive me, whatever, please be whatever, and just worry about, being right on my end, then you got an opportunity. So that's how not to waste your time with being so graceful.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if but if a person can hold, now they may mess up more than one time, but if they have true remorse, I think you may be in a workable situation.
Okay, well, I think, you the relationship guru. So I'm gonna let you have it. But I also think that we have to be mindful, pun intended, of people who have mindsets that differ from ours. Like if you're going in a certain direction and you're trying to elevate your thinking and your lifestyle and things like that, you're not always going to be able to take the relationships that are in your life with you. Because we all reach a point. Some people never have an epiphany. Some people are never going to chart the waters that you're going to chart, like, period. So they can be stunning your growth. Being connected to people who are not, because it's not always about like, oh, I'm wrong. Sometimes it's like, this is just who I am. And that doesn't make them a bad person. That just might make them not the person for you.
Right. So that brings me to your point. What was that in the book, the Bible? It was Corinthians 2.
Oh, okay. So no, let's take it there. So if we think about when we were growing up, and like what we learned about relationships and the importance of relationships, the one thing that you always heard was like, you got to be equally yoked, right? And then in the Bible, it's talking specifically about relationships, like do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. And I think that's 2 Corinthians 6:14 is do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. But when we heard it over and over, I feel like it applied more to in relationships, like don't get married to someone that you're unequally yoked with, or don't be in a relationship with someone that you're unequally yoked with. Half of us don't even know what unequally yoked means, right?
I know for a fact we don't.
So, I remember a long time ago, like when I was really young, looking it up and researching it. And it's like, so a yoke is like something that they put over the necks of two animals that are pulling something. So it's like if they pull in a carriage, or if they pull in supplies or something like that, they put a yoke between the two, so that they can pull. And so what the reference is saying is basically like if one animal is here and one animal is here, the yoke is not going to go straight across to hold them together because it's going over their back. So if one animal is higher than the other, then the yoke is going to be out of place and it's not going to hold them. And so we were taught, like, you got to be on the same page with someone spiritually, and then people believe other things, right. Like, so when you think about unequally yoked, what do you look at it as?
But that's what I was just getting ready to tell you without even knowing I was supposed to tell you. When I look at unequally yoked, like what you didn't just describe it as some horses or cows or moves. I mean, whatever, whatever they put on whatever animal back that you just described, right?
Right.
Now, for me, I always thought it was about the egg yolk. Like, you can't be unequally yoked, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you ever tried to take an egg, and just bust it down and pour the yolk in a cup and try to evenly split that yolk in one cup, to take you 2 cups and try to evenly split an egg yolk, it's damn near impossible to evenly split that egg yolk, in that cup. Like once you pour it in there, you know what I'm saying? Things have to happen to it before you can make it equally yoked, like before you can take it half of it and pour it into another cup in equal halves. And so, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to beat it, you got to scramble it, you know what I mean? Such, you might have to put a little milk in it, like, things that have to be done to condition this yolk. So, you're going to always, in my opinion, because I look at it from an egg perspective, you're going to always be unequally yoked until you do the things necessary to condition it, to condition the yolk. So in my opinion, so I'm going to throw one,
First of all, you done made up a whole nother. First of all, this is the the relationship guru proverb.
right. So listen to this. Unconditioned yoke. It's always gonna be unequally. It's unconditioned because you know what I'm saying. So if you take
talking about two different things, because it's a yoke and then it's a yoke, right?
Well, how they spell? Cause they sound the same when you just said them.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it's YOLK for the egg, and then it's YOKE for the thing that goes over the animals. But I don't want us to miss your point, Goo. I don't want us to miss your point. So you need to. So what I'm hearing from you is you got to scramble the eggs.
You're gonna have to be nice, and you got to scramble them. You got to be conditioned. I said they just have to be conditioned. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because eggs can be cooked in plenty of ways now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They just have to be conditioned. Even when you get it sunny side up, it's still, it's still proportion well. That's why it looked the way it looked. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell when the egg sunny side up when it's done right. You know what I'm saying? Then at that point, you can say it's been conditioned. It's equally yoked. It looked good. Mm-hmm. It looked good. It's doing what it's due. It's definitely doing what it do. You done did it. Sunny side up. Don't necessarily got to be scrambled. But I'm saying, have you ever tried to take? So tomorrow I give you a homework assignment. When you wake up in the morning, you crack your egg, put it in a glass, put the yolk in one glass, and get another glass, and try to pour it into the other glass equally. And it's gonna be damn near impossible. But it's not impossible. That's the crazy part. It's not impossible because the egg.
So I'm gonna just tell you right now, Paul is literally shaking his head at this whole conversation. He is like, this is not what I was saying.
It probably make more sense though.
Okay. So
I should have been Paul.
Listen, you giving us the modern day Paul. Let's just say that. But so then, okay, let's just take it out of that, right? So when you talk about conditioning, and are you talking about overall readiness for the relationship?
No.
Like what do you mean by conditioning? Because like let's just take the analogy off the table, but what you're trying to say is about conditioning. Like what exactly do you mean by that?
You can't run a 5K race and you ain't been running. Like you have to, you got to start off running a mile or a half a mile or a quarter of a mile. You got to start out working out. So the thing is, when I say conditioning, things have to happen. You got to go through things. It's going to be things that test you. It's going to be things that make it feel as if this is not the thing to do. It's going to be a bunch of things that happen that's going to condition you. So just like any other thing in your life that's good or great, you had to overcome a lot. You definitely had to overcome a lot. And so if you had to overcome whatever you had to overcome, it's just work you got to put in. That's the conditioning, like you're going to have to go through. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to get tested. You're going to have to get tenderized, to be equally yoked. Like same thing with the egg. You got to, that's how you scramble.
Don't bring up the egg. Don't bring up the egg.
Yeah, it's tenderized.
Bring up the egg.
So, but it's conditioned, like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to, things got to give in. It got, it has to be in my opinion, a two-sided submissiveness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we talking submissiveness.
But two-sided. I ain't just say
yeah, no. I'm just saying. you transitioning out of conditioning into submissiveness.
Well,
so
it's part of the conditioning. See, the only way you have to go through the proper conditioning, you have to be humble. You know what I'm saying? When you beating an egg, you humbling that egg. You know what I mean? You have to be humble. I'm gonna tell you about a diamond. You know, and that's what I consider like when you say conditioning. Okay, a diamond becomes a diamond because of the conditioning of the diamond, how it became a diamond. That's the conditioning. Yeah, the cold. Right. But in order for a diamond to be a diamond, in order for a relationship to be a relationship, a diamond has to go through what may seem horrible circumstances. You know, the diamond got to go through the greatest of rough that is and pressure. But for that diamond to shine like it's supposed to, it has to go through that. In your relationship, whatever relationship you have, whatever relationship you in, whatever, you know what I'm saying, it got to go through whatever it has to grow through so it can shine, so it can be that diamond. Like when you talk to these people that been together about 50 years, they both got stories of when they almost killed each other.
See, and I mean, I understand that is the reality, right? But like, can two people meet and can two people experience life without being completely traumatized, and that be the story that they tell?
Yes, I do believe that, but it's gonna take another person that believe that as well.
Right, you know? And see this. So this brings me all the way back to the higher vibrations. Like it's about it's about mindset. And I just think that, first of all, I can barely even talk to you because I can't see your face, but it's about mindset. It's about being on the same wavelength. And I think that's just so important. I'm not saying you know, relationships aren't gonna have hardships and trials and all of that, but I'm like, it's a mindset. And if you are welcoming more trials and tribulations by starting a relationship or investing in a relationship where you are not truly on the same wavelength or on the same page as another person. You know, if you guys are functioning and operating and striving towards two completely different goals in life, then you absolutely are going to experience hardship in order to realign yourselves or get where you need to go. But I'm like, shouldn't you be considering that early on?
Yeah.
Because some people just don't make the cut. No?
Yeah, you're right. It's some people that made the cut. Some people they cut themselves out in every way they can. And so I just don't know, man. I just
What you mean? You don't know? You got all the answers, Big Goo. Yeah, you got all the answers. So I guess if we take it back to just a reflection for the new year, as we're thinking about the new year, because I don't want us to belabor these points, but I'm saying if we're thinking about the new year and we're thinking about kind of taking ourselves to the next level, because oftentimes that's what we're inspired to do, right? We're inspired to do better than we were doing the previous year. And I just think evaluating your relationships, romantic or otherwise, can be the key to you being able to elevate to the next level.
Yeah.
You know
what? So here's what I like to say. And then, I want to speak from a male perspective, then I want you to speak from a female perspective. That way we got both sides covered. Mm-hmm. I can't cover, because with this, I'm not going to be able to speak from both sides. I don't have a universal answer. I don't have a universal response. So here's what I know as a man. As a man, woman has power. Woman can take a man to his highest height, or she can take him to his lowest low. She don't understand her vibrations. You know what I'm saying? That there used to be a song, I don't know if it's by the Beatles or somebody, but it was called Good Vibrations. And if you listen to this song, you know, you understand what vibrations mean to people, you know what I mean? And sometimes vibrations, and one thing about vibration, like, you know, one thing about, like, you ever heard a car booming down the street, like bass, you can't really hear bass. You can't really hear it, but you feel it.
Really?
And you feel it in a way where you think you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, so that's the, you know, that's the science behind bass. So vibrations, I'm thinking this is the same way. Like, it's something that you feel, you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, now you think it's something that you hear, you think it's something that you see, you think it's something that you probably experience, and you do experience because you feel it. But these vibrations, you know, they have, when you put bass in your car, when you put speakers in your car, bass in your car, you might not start having no problems with that car. But then when you turn the sounds up and that bass and the vibrations keep going through that car over and over and over again, they start having a problem with the transmission. You start having a problem with the water because the vibrations is knocking so much off. You know what I mean? So, and consistent vibrations. Now, if they bad vibrations, consistently, just like that car, it's gonna start to make things in you shut down and not work right. And before you know it, you don't work right because too many little things then broke down because of vibrations. Just like it did the car. You can't hear it, but you feel it. And when it start to shake you, when something start to shake you like a small earthquake. No, it ain't got to be 5.7 on the Richter scale, but they record a 0.7 earthquake because the vibrations, you still felt it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to record the earthquakes. You got to record the vibrations. You got to record them. You have to, you know, and we don't respond to the bad vibrations as well as we respond to the good ones because we don't like to deal with some things. But these vibrations are vibrations and they can shake you apart if you let them. Then, you know, then you got the vibration that shake things right into place. so and those are the ones you want there.
Sometimes the problem is that physical vibration don't be matching that mental vibration.
Right.
You gotta pick and choose now.
Right. You gotta pick and choose.
No, but okay, so Big Goo, like let's close it out. So as we're looking at the new year and we're looking at, you know, everybody has their own, you know, some people just say, look, keep it consistent. Like, look, same me, new year. And that's cool. But as you're thinking about, like, you know, relationships and growth and just like where, if you look thinking about Black love as a whole, what we doing this year different? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you declaring that we're doing this year different that's going to strengthen relationships, is going to create more, you know, stability amongst, you know, just the what we love to see, the Black love. What we doing different this year?
I just want to create, you know, along with you, like I would like for us this year to create a true platform of transparency. You know,
Okay.
You know, and I definitely, you know, like I want people to understand, like this year, I really believe every word that I'm saying. Like it's gonna, like, you know, my transparency and my truth is gonna be so much on display this year because, you know, and I definitely want to bring some people on, like I met like some people on that matchmakers. You know, we want, you know, like, you know, like, you know, I want to inspire love. You know, like I really want to, and you know, I don't know if it's inspiring love or inciting a riot because it's pretty much the same thing.
So basically the romantic side of you is still believing in love, and you
Oh
want to
yeah,
create the space for more of it, for more people.
I do. Yeah, I do believe in fairy tales, though. You know what I mean? But it just, so I don't know if it's equally yoked or what people's definition of equally yoked is, but I definitely believe in fairy tales, and I will, like Romeo and the Juliets, and your Snow Whites, and all these happy endings, even Frozen. What was the green dude?
The green dude, Shrek.
Shrek.
Shrek and Fiona.
Shrek and Fiona, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got, we gonna and that's what we should give away this year, D. Love John. Hey, we should give away a Shrek and Fiona trophy. You know what I mean? Like, cause Shrek, that's we you know what? We still got a few minutes, but listen. Was Shrek and Fiona equally yoked? I'm asking you that. What?
It depends. Was Fiona her authentic self, or was she trying to be?
You seen the movie, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying they was equally yoked when Fiona was herself, when she was okay with being an ogre.
They was equally yoked then.
Yeah.
So when she wasn't the ogre and she was the princess. But the thing was, she was the princess the whole time.
Yeah, but she was hiding her transformation. I'm not going. I don't want to go down this road with you.
Yeah, nah, because I need to know.
Listen,
was Shrek and Fiona?
Was Shrek and Fiona what?
Equally yoked. And you were like, because you was like they was equally yoked when she was being herself.
When she wasn't hiding herself. Yeah.
So what about Shrek? Shrek had a crazy name too. Shrek sounded like something that was unattractive or unfavorable.
Really?
Yeah, Shrek.
Are we doing this?
Huh?
Are we doing this?
Nah, that's the name sound bad. Like it was like that. I haven't met since the movie. You know when there are great movies, right? Every time a great movie come out, they especially get the popularity that this movie got. And then they do 2-3 sequels like Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like it was gonna like Spider-Man. It's gonna be somebody named their child Peter because of the movie. You haven't seen nobody name their child Shrek. You haven't.
What is this about?
I'm just saying. So Shrek is not. So the whole. He was the unfavorable thing. He was supposed to be the unfavorable thing throughout the whole movie. He was, but then the love of his life. He knew the love of his life. He met the love of his life. With just like him. She didn't want to be seen just like him. She wanted to be seen as what she was taught to be, like what she was given this perception of beauty and royalty. So when she could present that, she hid herself, but she was able to be around him. She was able to be authentically herself with him. That was the bond. Ain't got nothing to do with Yoke. That was the bond. And that was, that was the bond. Then, so she's supposed to be on this higher, this thing, this ladder, this whatever, this privilege that she thought she had pretty privilege. You know what I mean? She had some pretty privilege until it wasn't pretty to everybody.
Until it wasn't pretty to everybody.
Yeah, until so
like
she
that sometimes.
Yeah, so but she didn't understand where her beauty really came from. it took Shrek to bring that out of there. You know what I'm saying? Cause Shrek, even though his name was horrible, you know, they made him green, that they made him the most undesirable thing, but he ended up being, you know, his personality, his character, who he is as a person, it being, you love Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did she love him, but the audience loved him. The world loved this thing that was supposed to be so undesirable.
Right.
That was beauty.
So when we thinking about what people doing this year and what they gonna be on, are we looking beyond the surface?
We're looking beyond the surface. I mean, you know, like the Temptation said, beauty is on the skin deep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why they ain't used that song for the movie.
Well, listen, I am excited to be kicking off this year. I'm excited for what we are going to do for our community and the expertise that we're going to bring to help people to heal and to make love great again.
Hey, find a date, find a mate. Let's make love great again. And yeah, that we got to do these loves. I was like, you know what? Like I done been through my share of love wars and mental wars, and I really believe it's time to pass the buck on. So, so like, if you want to get on this roller coaster, please get in touch with us this year. Like we're not playing with it. I'm talking about like, hey, we got 6 flags of love going on over here. I'm talking
6 flags of love. You always trying to coin the phrase. So listen,
we got 6 flags up. You know what I'm saying? I say this flag season. Remember, you seen the people talking about hey, flag. What they got going on social media?
Red flags. That's what
we got. When we got 6 red. I'm talking about, man, we got 6 red flags over here. We ain't gang bang.
Listen, okay. I'm gonna say that the one thing that I want to see more of this year, just based on me just elevating to this higher spiritual plane, I want to see more people healed and attracting the things that will serve them best, right? Because so I want to see more of us being healed and learning to love ourselves so that we can attract what we desire in the true desires of our heart, as opposed to continuing to attract more of what has hurt us. So let's heal. Let's really focus on growing so that when we love in the right people and the people who serve us well. That's what I hope for this year. And I'm excited to kick it off. I know we got more to come.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. So you said so let's say it one more time. So what it is that you hoping for this year?
I'm hoping that we can heal so that we start to attract the things that serve us, you know, from a positive perspective, as opposed to us continuing to attract more of the pain and the trauma because we're loving from that place. Like that is still in us. So we're attracting more of the same. I want us to heal so that we can attract what are the true desires of our heart. Mm-hmm. Like let's create some things that are not superficial. Let's create some things that are positive. Let's remember to set those boundaries so that we not allowing the wrong people into our lives. Like, I mean, light is going to attract darkness. So you got to be careful. But I think the more we heal and the more that we grow and the more that we learn to love ourselves, we will understand what that should look like in a love relationship.
Right.
All right. So what you got any final words?
Yeah, man, believe it or not, healing is always possible. Healing. So that's why I want people to know, I definitely want to be the first one to get behind you when you're saying that you want to see people heal. So, healing is possible. You know what I mean? Like, Those 3 words is what I probably want to leave. But we probably need to get shirts that say healing is possible. You know what I mean? Starting with
instead of let's chill, let's heal.
Man, healing is possible. You know.
No, but hear what I'm saying. I say instead of let's chill, it's let's heal.
Let's heal.
You hear me?
Right. Hey, let's get it going. Like,
let's do the work.
Let's do the work. Hey, listen. Instead of let's chill, let's heal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Instead of Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get together and heal. For real.
Yeah.
Let's
hey. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something to heal.
Right. So thank you guys for joining us today. This is our first episode of the year. We're excited to kick it off. More to come. You guys make sure you comment. Make sure you follow us on anywhere you can find a podcast. We're there. And check us out on YouTube as well. And we love you guys. And we are looking forward to a loving and flourishing 2022.
We out. Let's pay some bills.
Relationships Are Us. Your host, relationship guru, aka Big Goo, and D Love Jones are here to create a positive and encouraging environment with the science of happiness and understanding with tangible conversations, with an emphasis on long-lasting relationships. It's Relationships Are Us. Be sure to like and subscribe to Relationships Are Us.